What's up, everybody? Master Reactor here, and today we're going to do another replay. Go figure. So, as you can tell, I lost 2, but I won 5. It sucks when you get this high in rating because every time you fucking lose, you lose 30 points. See, I lose 32, 28. Shit's tough. There's freaking 2 losses in a row there. It's not good. Every one I win, unless I play somebody like him, I guess. I don't understand how I got 18 points from him, but 15 points from these people. It makes no sense. And this guy had he was like a little less, but he had way more experience. So I guess it's just random. I don't know. But we're going to do a replay of a match that we just played a minute ago. Literally 1 minute ago. So I throw scissors, he throws rock. So he got me. Bam. He Chris rocked my ass. He Will Smith my ass, and slapped the rock on me and got me. So, he's got Thunder Dragon, BLS, Graceful, Book, Faith, and Heavy. And he discards the Thunder Dragon, gets him, fires the Graceful Charity. You already know what time it is. He's got the goods. Draws Breaker, Soul, and Faith. He's got a fucking grip over there. Looking great. I got Duo, Thunder Dragon, Solemn Judgment, Jar of Greed, and Book of Moon. The only good thing is that he got rid of the Thunder Dragons. I mean, that's the only positivity, so I can still fire this Duo and feel okay. So he decides to set Heavy Storm, set Book of Moon, and set Solemn. I draw into Sinister Serpent for turn. I'm going to fire the Delinquent Duo right away. He thinks about it, and he gives me the thumbs up. I'm rolling me a dice. And number 1, I pick the Breaker, and he throws out the Faith, keeps his BLS. I throw out my Thunder Dragon now. And I decide to set 3 with the Sinister, Jar, Book, and Solemn. He draws Solemn Judgment for turn. He flips up the Faith. I try to Solemn it because I have to, and he Solemns my Solemn. So, alright, that's fucking great. Not. And he gets Graceful Charity back. And then he fires Heavy Storm right away and changes the Book of Moon on it. So it's like, holy shit, must be fucking nice. It gets even better for him. So then he fires the Graceful, draws Pot of Greed, Regeki Break, and Jar of Greed. And I just scoop. I'm like, there's no way I'm coming back. I had the worst shit ever. So on to game 2. I put some Trap Dust Shoots in. 1 Mind Control, I think. I think that's about it, probably. So I open Trap Dust Shoot, Deco, Sinister, Snatch Steel, Sangan, and Wing Blast. I decide to set Wing Blast, set Sangan, and Trap Dust Shoot. He's got Spy, Deco, Breaker, Jar of Greed, Chaos Sorcerer, and Solemn Judgment. So I Trap Dust Shoot him here, and I put that Breaker back, because I'm like, I'm not going to let him break my shit. Let's play it. So he instantly duos me, which is great, because I have the Sinister Serpent. He's rolling some dice here. He rolls twice, and he's tired of rolling. He picks the middle. And he sets what I know is Jar of Greed, Solemn, and Spy. So I get my Sinister back. And I decide to Wing Blast right away and put in the standby phase and put the monster back. Trying to bait out the Solemn here, but he didn't do it. So I get my Sinister back. Now, I flip up my Sangan. He says okay. And I poke him for 1,000. And he has no response, obviously, because he only has Solemn. He draws into what I know is Spy. Sets the Spy and says go. I fire the knock, and he does not Solemn it still. So I'm like, shit, well, I can't play Pot of Greed. So I poke him again for 1,000. He Jar Greeds into Solemn Judgment. Decides to set Snatch, set Solemn Judgment, and say go. I MST what I know is Solemn. So I'm like, alright, I guess I'm good now. I fire this pot. And the man has got another Solemn Judgment. So awesome sauce. Great. So I poke him again. Now he's only at 15. Get the life points down. He draws in a knock and he says, well, I got to start hitting somehow. There's really no point. I guess he thought he was going to die next turn. So he figured he had to Snatch Steal there, which is fine. I draw Solemn Judgment. I set Solomon Reaper. He draws into Thunder Dragon. He knocks my Sinister. And throws out the Thunder Dragon. And he pokes me for another 1,000. And I draw Tsukiyomi, Snatch Steal the Sangan, and attack for game. Let's fucking go. Solemn Judgment definitely got his ass that game. With the Solemn Judgments. I mean, Solemn Judgment in pot is probably a good decision. But a lot of times it does cost you, like what happened right there. So gotta just be cautious of what you're soloing them when you play that card. And I'm a big time 3 Solemn Judgment every deck kind of guy. So I have definitely solemned the wrong shit. Anytime you play that card, there's going to be situations where you do solemn the wrong shit and it costs you the game. But you just got to be cautious, like I said, and just think what you think is the right way to do it, and you do it. So, on to game number 3. I'll leave the Dust Shoots in. He's got Blade Knight, Knock, Jar of Greed, MST, Chaos Sorcerer, and Solemn Judgment. He decides to set Solemn and set Jar of Greed and say go. Alright, I instantly fire the Pot of Greed. And here we go again. He Solemns it right away, putting him down to 4K. Nice little 1-for-1 there. And I run out the boy himself. Reaper attack for 300. The first poke. Let's go. There's 1 card out of your hand. Let's go. Get that shit out of your hand. Discard the Chaos Sorcerer. He draws Upstart, and he Upstarts into Spy. And then he Jar of Greeds into Nobleman. He sets his Spy and says go. I have double Nobleman in my control, so I just fire the Knock because I'm like, fuck it, and I swing at him for 300, and I poke for another card, and I get a Knock, and I decide to set the Deco because I got his Knock, so I think it's safe. He draws Thunder Dragon for turn, which is pretty good fodder for him because now obviously Spirit Reaper is not going to really do much damage because I'm going to probably hit a Thunder Dragon, which is fine. So he runs the Blade Knight out and gets my monster, which is fine. I draw into Breaker, which is an excellent draw here. Now, I could pop first, but I see this guy playing a lot of Jar of Greed shenanigans, so I just risk it and just swing right over the damn Blade Knight, and then I poke his ass for 300. And I roll. This is number 2 on the Reaper. And boom, I hit the Thunder Dragon in main phase 2. I pop the MST, which was clutch. He sets Nobleman and sets Deco and says go. I draw into Deco. Now I could finish him right here, but I don't know. So I knock his shit. There's no more in my deck because I drew Deco, which was a clutch ass draw. And I hit his ass for 19. Could have killed him right there, but I didn't know, like I said. Set my Deco and say go. He draws into Jar of Greed and scoops. Damn, what a quick, fast, and easy match. He got me game 1. I thought I was fucked. But Spirit Reaper overperformed for sure that game. Had his ass with no cards at all. Hit the fucking Chaos Sorcerer right away if he had anything. And I had double Knock in my control. So I was like, what's up? Drop your Chaos Monster, my control, set your monster. Nobleman the shit. But hit the like, hit the sub. Y'all have a good day or night.